Welcome Guitar Maniacs to Mac Guitar Mania. This is a supplemental video in the Headrush Beginner Series. This is all about adding an external foot controller to your unit, specifically the Headrush Core, but this will also work on the Headrush Prime and Flex Prime. Adding an external foot switch gives you the expression pedal that's missing from the Headrush Core, and it can double your functionality on the other two units. I'll show you how easy it is to set it up and to use it to control lots of different functions. Here's the unit we're going to work with. It's the Ampero Press II, and this thing is incredible. It's built really well, made out of, I think it's aluminum. This feels aluminum. It's got a great texture tape on the top, and it's got a foot switch, which is the main thing that sets this apart from a regular expression pedal. Regular expression pedals can only do one function. Whatever you program it to do, it can only work that way. But this thing has a toe switch, which when you press it down, switches to become foot pedal B. So in the original position, it's foot pedal A, and you program it into the unit. This is foot pedal B. So for instance, you can set this up to control volume in position A and press it down. You can control a wah pedal or delay or the mix or all kind of other stuff. We're going to show you how easy it is. All you will need is this unit or a similar one and two TRS cables. You must use TRS, otherwise the signals won't travel correctly. Here are the cables I've been using. They're great because they're double-sided 90-degree cables, and they look to be about 15 inches long, so they're perfect length for plugging in the side of the foot controller and into the back of the Headrush Core. Let's take a close look at this right here. Cable number 1 goes into the expression jack on the core. Cable number 2 goes into the foot switch. Okay, it's pretty easy. You take the cable that's in number 1, you put it in the top here, which is the expression pedal. Then cable number 2, you put in the toe controller right here. This is how I have it set up on my unit. I have the foot controller over to the right. Then I plug the cables into the back. I route this top one over to the side so that I can still plug my guitar in right here. The bottom one I plug in and I tilt it that direction. Now that we have the foot controller plugged into the core, let me show you what you can do. This is so cool because there's so many things you could control, but let me just show you one setting you need to change in global settings. Click on the menu up here, go to global settings. Down near the bottom, you'll see expression pedal. Click on that. Make sure the toe switch is set to momentary. If you have it on latch, it won't function properly. And the pedal polarity, I just have it on normal. It seems to work fine. I'd like to give two shout outs to some viewers of mine. First, thanks Prof. Edison for suggesting this video. Great idea. I hope it helps. And two, thank you to Juan Random for donating to me on Buy Me a Coffee. That really encourages me and it helps support the channel because believe it or not, it takes a lot of work to make these little videos. If you want to help, check out the QR code that'll be floating around on the screen somewhere. You can scan it with your phone, and if you want to help, go ahead. If you don't, that's okay. At least give me a like and please subscribe. That would really be helpful. Go back to my rig. Now let me show you what we can do. I have two foot controllers right here built in. This is a volume and this is a wah pedal. I'm going to assign position A of the foot controller to be the volume. So click on the assign button up top here. And you will see that we are in advanced mode over here for the foot controllers, A or B. Make sure you're in advanced, not classic. We're going to stay with advanced because it lets you do more. We are on channel A right now. We're going to assign something. Let's click on a little plus sign there. Scroll down and we'll hit volume and we'll turn on volume. Let's assign pedal B to something different. Let's control the wah. And we'll just do the pedal. And there we go. Now we're good. Now you can go back and make some changes here. Normally go back to the volume control. Click on this button that says range. That lets you adjust the range that the expression pedal can move. So let's say we want our volume to never go below 10% and never to go above 90%. There we did it. We just did it right there. Now let's click over to B again. And let's just mess with the wall. Let's say that it only goes down to 5% and we'll go up to 85. Just random number that I thought would be fun to put in there. Now you might be saying, what's A and B? Well, that's why the two function foot switch is so important. When you're in the first position of the Ampero Press II, you will control the volume. When you push down on the toe switch, it switches to pedal B. Push again and you get back to pedal A, back and forth. That's all it is. That's what's so cool about it. You have two functions from one foot controller. Let's make sure we save this and let's make sure it's working. So let's go to the A pedal. That's our volume. Right now it's set at 70%. Now watch what happens when I go all the way down. It only goes down to 10%. If I go all the way up, it only goes to 90% because that's how we set it up. Let's go look at the wah pedal. I have to press down on the toe switch of the Ampero. Now we're in control of the black wah. Now watch the left window here. It only goes down to 5% and up to 85% because that's how we programmed it back in the assign menu. Let me show you that you can do a lot more than that. I did the simplest function here, A and B, right? So let's go and check something else out. Since we are using advanced mode, we could add more functions to pedal A and pedal B. Go back to the assign menu. Now we can add something else here. If we want to control the volume and something else at the same time, maybe we change the rig volume, rig width, whatever. You can do all that. But we can also eliminate this volume pedal there and change pedal A to do something completely different. And here are all the options you can control. The input, the dynamic comp, the amp, the cab, the C-verb, and all that. So for example, if you go down to dynamic delay, you can affect all these different things. So watch this. If you want to increase the amount of delay, you can program that to pedal A or B, whatever you want. And then you can change the range of how much you want to affect the delay. So let's go up to 15%, and then we'll go to 90% here, right? So there you go. We now are going to control the delay with the pedal A. So watch this. When I move up and down, see that? The amount of delay changes. Now you're going to have to know what these details are, what you're changing to, but look, 1/32 with a T, I think that means tripled, all the way up. Look at this. You can go gradually through different ones. Now, maybe if you don't want to do that, you might want to adjust the mix. Let's go back to the assign. And instead of doing that, we will do the delay and we'll change the mix. So maybe you want to use your foot controller to add or subtract the amount of delay into your unit, right? So then you can change, let's take this up to, the minimum would ever be is 10% of a wet mix, and then we'll take it down to, we don't want to go too high, so let's say 65, right? This is just random numbers I'm doing for fun. Now here we go. Let's go to the delay, turn it on. There it is. Now watch what happens when I control this. The mix changes from 65 maximum all the way down to 10. So now that we have assigned pedal A to control the mix of the delay, we can be happy with that, or we can add something else. Go back to the assign menu there. Maybe you want to not only increase or decrease the amount of delay, but maybe you want to increase the amount of reverb. We want to change the range of the reverb. Let's make that 5% minimum. And when it's at 65% mix of delay, will be, let's say 100% reverb. All right, now here we go. Let's look, if I click on the reverb here, I'm in pedal A. See that? My mix is going from 5% up to 100, while at the same time, my mix on the delay is going from 10 to 65. See what you can do? It's incredible. You can add a lot of functions. You can add 4 different functions to each position, A or B. You can add 2 more, maybe, who knows? Maybe you want to add the C verb and, oh, we can make the mix of the C verb too, right? So that's pretty cool. So now we go over to the range and we'll see the C verb. Let's say it's at 25% and then never goes up above 75%. So with one foot pedal, we are controlling 2 different reverbs and delay, and we had changed the ranges to be what we thought would be fun to do. That's why adding an expression pedal to your Headrush Core, or even those other 2 units, can add so much functionality to your unit. You can control so many things with just the press of a button and the control of the expression pedal. Thank you for watching. I am grateful for all of you for taking the time to watch my videos, for giving feedback, for leaving comments. Please continue to do that. I greatly appreciate it. Always feel free to contact me through the comment section below or the email address at the bottom of the description, which is mattgmania@gmail.com. I love hearing from you. If you have questions or even feedback, feel free to send an email or leave a comment below. All right, now you know how to hook up an expression pedal to your Headrush Core, Prime, or Flex Prime. What are you going to do with it? What parameters are you going to control? Are you going to control one at a time, or are you going to do like 4 maximum on each pedal, A and B? Give me your feedback below. I'd love to know your ideas on how you can make better use of your Headrush unit by adding an expression pedal.